Hello, I'm going to share with you some of the secrets of bow drill fire making, friction fire. I'm going to use the kaikomaku tree as our wood. Leaf looks like this. It's got an adult leaf here and some juvenile leaves down here. Juvenile ones are a little bit smaller, have only 3 lobes on them. Okay, so that's going to be the kind of wood we're going to use. As far as starting the fire goes, once we get a coal burning, we're going to use this plant here called mullein. You find it growing on the side of the road and in really unfertile sort of places. And in here I've collected some hair off a punga tree at the top. It grows right at the top and you pluck that out and it catches fire really nicely. So I've used a bit of flax and made this basket here quite quickly. Put some mullein in the bottom, a bit of that hair out of the punga tree on top, and I've got a bit of newspaper there. Okay, so that's ready to go once we get our fire started. These bits of wood look like this. You've got a spindle, just like a dowel, and you've got a baseboard, which is a flat bit of wood. Okay, kaikomaku. Made a bow. It's got a long string. I'll show you how that works in a sec. And this cool rock, a nice little hole already in it. That's going to be my handhold for the top that my spindle's going to spin in. So the shape of your spindle wants to be quite pointy at the top. So I'm going to sharpen some of the sides off of it. It wants to be pointy at the top so that you don't get much friction at the top end of your spindle, and that puts all the heat down the bottom. So the top's going to be shaped something like that. Now the bottom, what you're going to do is cut sort of facets around the side of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the corner of those cut some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 6. It's going to end up looking like a kind of like a cut diamond shape. Alright, so we get these 2 bits of wood. The distance to make your circle where you're spinning in from the side of your board here, you can use your spindle to mark that. It's going to be the thickness of your spindle to the centre. So I've made a little mark there, and I'm going to cut quite a shallow impression of the circle in here. It's just going to help me get my timber starting to spin in the right place. And that should probably be enough. Okay, so we've got the stick. That's the bottom, that's the top. That's the baseboard. Got our bow here. Now the reason it's got a long string, so I can tie a clove hitch knot in the middle, like that. And that's going to grip onto our spindle nicely, put tight. Okay, so we've got 2 strings coming out of it. This one's going to go around the bottom, wrap it around 3 times like that, and around the top, we'll wrap it the other way, and I'll wrap it till it becomes quite tight. That's pretty good. If there's any slack in your string, you can pick it up with your fingers here while you're turning. Okay, so we're going to put my foot on there like this. The posture is to have your other knee back behind the line of your foot here, and place your spindle into the hole you've cut. Get the little hole in the top of your rock. It's going to sit on there. I'm going to start off with quite a nice amount of downward pressure, and what we're doing at this stage is we're matching these 2 bits of wood together. So I'm just spinning quite slowly. Start to see a little bit of smoke come off, but at this stage we're not really even trying to make smoke. I'm just using those cuts I made in the bottom of the spindle to bore a matching hole into the baseboard, and that's feeling pretty nice and smooth now. So I'm going to stop. I'll just put that down. So we've got a little circle burned in our baseboard there. I'm going to get my knife and mark this notch that we're going to cut. Okay, so it goes almost to the centre, basically to the centre of it, something like 60-degree angle. It's quite flaring out like this. I'm going to cut it just here. Cut this little V. Now a good trick is to make it a little bit wider at the bottom than it is at the top. It's going to catch the dust a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of cardboard off this bag here. Use a leaf or something like that. We're going to put it underneath our baseboard like that, and it's going to catch dust in here while we're turning the drill. And that's where the fire is going to be started. I put my foot back on there nice and close to the hole. Get my knee behind my foot there. We're going to place our drill bit back in there. I'm going to get things turning again. It's a little bit bumpy at first, but what we're doing at this stage is we're gathering dust in the bottom of that V. That dust's called punk, and it wants to be quite light brown colour. I'm spinning the drill only slowly because I don't want that punk to burn before I can get to the point of needing to light it on fire. Okay, so it's that punk that's going to catch up and make a coal for us. So see, I've made enough to fill that V. I'm going to start spinning this thing much faster, and I'm going to take the pressure off my hand. I'm going to generate heaps of smoke. Oh, and look, that was enough. Okay, we've got a coal going. I'll show you it. See it burning there? I'm just going to tap it out of there gently. Now I'll get my tinder basket here, make a little hole where I'm going to tip it in, and gather that up, and just gently put it into the tinder here, cover it up a little bit, start to blow on it. There we go. And there we have it, fire.